Hello and welcome to our LEGO Star Wars Hoth MOC video. Last week we added more WAMPA carnage to the MOC, and this week we're finishing off more of the ice cave and adding the dreaded ice spiders. So let's get building! You guys are probably saying to yourselves, Leaky, you're crazy. There's no ice spiders on Hoth. The planet that Mandalorian and Grogu visited was called Mando Crease. It is an ice-covered planet, and it does have ice spiders on it. But you, the viewers, have voted, and what you wanted to see in the secret ice cave was Mandalorian, Grogu, and some ice spiders. So you gotta give the people what they want.
Oh, you got to give the people, give people what they want. Well, right now.
Not to mention we wanted to frame out both sides of the approach to Echo Base with some ice caverns. And we wanted the ice cavern on the left-hand side to go all the way to the end. And because inside of the ice cavern we have nice little scenes like the WAMPA, charming little scene here, him munching on Jar Jar's bones. And then he's storing Luke over here in his fridge for later, you know, maybe like for a nice nighttime snack. And then we have these extra caverns here, so we said, well, we gotta put a scene in here. We put it to the vote. You guys decided. Mando and Grogu, and some ice spiders. And there might be space for some other things like some kyber crystals, maybe a little Calcestis. I will never be able to say that guy's name. But first and foremost, while we're building this non-Hoth ice cave, we have to decorate the back a little more. That's pretty pathetic looking. Just some random, you know, snowy ice pieces. We want it to look much more like the WAMPA cave. That's some proper ice decoration. You know, we got our stalactites, our icicles, our stalagmites. The bottom isn't filled with a bunch of pieces that are just kind of stuck there. So we have to decorate the inside. So out comes Mando and Grogu. Not to worry, you guys will be back. I'm not going to throw you into the next county like I did with Jar Jar last week, or make you dinner like I did with Jar Jar for the WAMPA. But I'll be honest, in the show they were almost eaten by the ice spiders, so you know, I might have some fun and have them become dinner. So in order to decorate the back, I am going to have to remove the top and replace it so I can get inside there and really decorate good. And once I do that, including some little rock formations that I'm going to put in here, then we will move to the top of the mountain, and we want to decorate it like we have the rest of the mountain. So you see we have some little ice piles, some cheese pieces. We want to extend the decoration all the way down to the end. So we are going to be doing all of that today, and then stick around to the end because we're putting the ice spiders in, putting Mando and Grogu back in the ice cave. And then, of course, we have to have something Hoth related. It can't all be Maldo Crease or Mando Crease, because it's Maldo Crease. I don't even know what it is. We got to have something Hoth related. So we have to do a minifigure segment. All right, let's get started by taking this top off gently so I can replace it. And then we will start decorating. All right, so the top is off, and I am going to switch back to hyperlapse mode and decorate the entire interior, starting with the bottom and move my way up. One other thing of note, since these snot bricks are a little farther out than we did down here, we have this gap that I'm going to have to fill. So when I put the roof back on, part of the top decoration will be to cover up this little gap here. But that's an hour from now, Leaky's problem. Let's get done what we need to get done first, which is decorating the back wall. Alright, so there is the floor of the giant ice cave. Secret ice cave, giant ice cave. going to call it the Secret Giant Ice Cave. I guess it's not really giant or it's a secret anymore. Anyways, enough of this. Let's get back. Let's build some walls. Alright, I'm going to take a brief pause from hyperlapse mode to show you that this cave is going to be a little different than the WAMPA cave. The WAMPA cave is all white, no blue ice. Well, blue lightsaber and a little bit of blue ice. This is intended to be kyber crystals. So we are going to be getting some kyber crystals that Target Legend had showed us, which look like kyber crystals. And I know kyber crystals, I think, come in different colors. Obviously, that's why there's different lightsaber colors. But I wanted to make this cave a little more unique, so I'm putting some touches of blue. I know we've gotten comments before that people would like to see touches of blue on the rest of the MOC. Well, we're starting here. So back to hyperlapse mode as we continue to decorate. Okay, so there is all the wall decoration on our secret cave. I think it looks pretty darn cool. I like the kyber crystals, if you will. I know they're all blue, but you know, it's icy, so I like it. So now it is time to put the roof back on and the front walls so we can finish her off, get some ice spiders in there, and get us a Mando and Grogu going. So back to hyperlapse. Time to re-put on the top. So similar to the roof of the WAMPA cave, we want to add some stalactites and stalagmites over here in the secret ice cave. So now I'm going to show you some of the techniques we use to do that. So we start with an inverted brick and we put it up on the ceiling like so. And we offset it with just a regular straight brick. And we alternate. Like so. Then we can put in our stalactites or our stalagmites. Here is one stalagmite. You actually have to use two snot bricks, one facing up, one facing down, so you can hang your stalactites or stalagmites. So let's put this guy up there. So there we go. Now we're going to add a few more along here at different directions and a little staggered. Alright, here is the complete inside of the secret ice cave. The last thing we have to do before we put down the ice spiders and Mandalorian is decorate the top, and then the cavern will be complete. right, the top is done. Now we can move to the other side. Put in Mando, Grogu, and the spiders. All right, first things first, let's put Mando and Grogu back in place. There. Now the tricky part. It's a little bit like reverse birth, I guess. Getting him in there. All right, he's in. Now we have to arrange his legs while knocking all of the icicles off the wall, of course. That's a must. All right, so I got the ice spiders in right next to Mando and Grogu. And I'll tell you what, it was not easy stuffing them in this little ice cave. Don't know if we're gonna have too much room for anything else, but we shall see. So that is gonna do it for the build portion of this video. I'm gonna go get Assistant, see what he thinks. Then it's time to put a minifigure on the board.
All right, guys, so we are back in the Hoth MOC, and as you know, Leaky has been working hard on this section here, and he's done a pretty good job of kind of filling out the top layer here. That is one of my least favorite activities because of how unsecure the roofs are on our places. And speaking of insecurity, take a look at this out right here. A little wiggly, and it's creating a bit of a gap there, so it doesn't look too great. We're definitely going to need to improve this in the future.
But it's not snot well.
No, it may be coming apart just a tad, but we can fix that. That's not a big deal. But the highlight for today's episode, of course, is this ice spider cave, and I think you guys picked well with the vote because these ice spiders look super good. What do you think, Leaky?
Oh, I love them.
Oh, these things! I'm so glad you guys picked this scene.
That's not Hoth, that's on Mando Crease.
Of course, it's on some obscure planet, but it has snow, so it looks the same. And you know, we do like to mix planets as we did before with our, you know, in the past. So this is kind of what we're going with here. It is unique. I do like it. I always like to mix up the scenes on our Hoth MOC, and I'm glad I could fit this in. And for those of you who are purists, you're like, oh no, that shouldn't be on Hoth. That wasn't there. You can't even tell. Look at that. It's all completely hidden. The only way you can go around is to look at it back here as a little Easter egg to, you know, what we like, you know, in the Star Wars universe, the whole shebang. Not all of Disney's added bullcrap.
I did have one question for you, Assistant. I wondered how our WAMPA cave compared with that. I figured like
I hate to say it, I think the WAMPA cave is definitely a downgrade over to here. There's a lot more buildup on the bottom of the cave over here than there is over on this side. So I think the WAMPA cave looks worse than our ice spider cave. You know, I'm just gonna say it. I like the ice spider cave better than the WAMPA cave. Ooh, what are you gonna say about that? But the WAMPA cave, of course, does have his ice entrance there, which is pretty badass with a path. I mean, come on, look at that. That looks super cool. So I don't know. I like them both the same. They're both really, really cool, and I'm glad that we have them on the MOC. But guys, that leaves only one thing for this episode, a Lobricks classic. Of course, adding a minifigure. And what else is the minifigure going to be today? None other than some more snow troopers. I was saying to Leaky that we've been adding a ton of rebel troopers, and we only have 2 snow troopers on the MOC over here, and I think we definitely needed more. So that's what we are going to be adding today. Well, I mean, what do you think, Leaky? Do you think there definitely needs more here?
Yeah, I have to correct you. Inside of those AT-ATs down there,
I see.
Them fillers?
Yes.
There may or may not be snow troopers inside of them.
There may or may not be. I actually don't know. Based on the amount that are over here at the minifigure section, I don't think there's any in our walkers. I don't know. Maybe there is. I never can tell. I guess there's only one way to find out. There's none in there, and I'm not checking the rest. So
that's just Pilot and
Fella.
Dudes.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is. But we are definitely going to be adding some more over here today. So let's position these guys as such. And for those of you who are whining that we're using the 2014 model and not the newer, updated model from the Battle Pack, Maybe LEGO should consider making good figures.
Oh, assistant. There is one other snow trooper on the board. Don't forget about our fella. Maybe you should show him real quick.
That's right, the other snow trooper. These guys are assisting the commander, Darth Vader here, in his attempt to invade the Hoth. And this guy, well, he's seen better days. Definitely an unfortunate event there. But I'm really happy with everything we did today on the Hoth MOC, and I hope you guys are too, because the Ice Spider Cave really came together here with all of those kyber crystals back there, and of course, Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian, and the antagonists themselves, the Ice Spiders. But if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe, because we definitely are going to have more of these videos coming. They come out on a schedule every Friday. There'll be one here for you, I promise you. And if you want to see behind the scenes content, don't forget to check out the members program. But that's going to do it for this episode, and we will see you guys in the next one.